G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. Still on the Ubuntu trail at the moment, and today we're going to have a look again at Ubuntu 18.04, this time the Beta2, and I'm going to have a look at doing a familiar configuration to the Ubuntu desktop. So let's get started on that. I've got some notes here and they'll also be in the show notes as well, so I'm going to follow this through. First of all, we need to enable extensions within Firefox. So if we go to the extensions page, click here to install browser extensions, allow that and add. Okay, and the big foot's up here. Let's close that and restart. Now, although GNOME-shell integration extension is running, native host connector is not detected. So we have to refer to this documentation. And we're going to have to search for the base that we're running, which is Ubuntu. You got all other bases here, Arch Linux, Debian, Fedora. So we're looking for Ubuntu here. And what we need to do is copy and paste this command, paste and enter, put in your password. And that's done. So what we can do is we close our browser, open it back up, go to the extensions, and we should be right to go. Yep, no errors there. That's good. So next thing we're going to do is first of all install, let's go to software, and we need, and normally I do an install of gnome-tweak-tool. I'm going to look for GNOME tweaks. I believe that's in the GNOME tweaks. Let's just do a search for that. GNOME tweaks. So instead of command line, we can do graphical interface. So that's the tweak tool we're looking for. Let's install that. Okay, so our tweak tool's installed. Let's look for tweak. Right click that and it's in favorites already. Okay, let's escape. Escape again. Okay, there's our tweak tool. So we want to go to extensions, and what we want to do is, for what I want to do, I want to turn off Ubuntu app indicators and the Ubuntu dock. Okay, so we turn those both off. Now what I want to do, which I don't know why I closed that, is we're going to look at user themes. So what the user themes does is enables you to put a different theme on this shell here. So let's look at that first. User themes, we don't have to search for it, it's the first one on the top of the list. So it must be a pretty popular one, I would say. Install. Because I forgot to show you here, it says shell user theme extension not enabled, so that's what we're doing. So I probably caught that in time. Okay, so that seems to have installed. So for that to show up, we need to close the tweak tool and open it back up. That's why you'll find I am in the habit of closing and then opening things again, just because it refreshes it. So there we go. So now we can install our shell. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to home. I'm going to show my hidden folders. I'm going to go to my themes. Now there's an Afflatus theme here. I want to delete that, and I want to extract it again here. Okay. Yep. So that's good to go. So next we're going to do dash to panel. Oops. So let's go back one and search for dash to panel. There it is there. Now there is a difference between dash to dock and dash to panel. Now dash to dock will give you a dock that you can configure, but dash to panel, dash to dock will have this bar up the top still, whereas dash to panel integrates this panel up the top into this dock as well, so it's all in one. And I find that more advantageous to have it all in one, and it also shows you running apps indicators up which are in the top here, which will be in the dash to dock. The only thing that the dash to panel doesn't do, you can't put it left to right, only top or bottom. Dash to dock you can put on any side you wish. So there's a bit of a difference there. And this app indicator show applications button here, on dash to dock you can move around, on dash to panel you cannot, but it puts it in a familiar position anyway. So let's install that, toggle that on, install. As you can see, it's available for 328, so it's compatible with the Ubuntu desktop. So there you go, you got your app indicators here, your running indicators here, and no top panel. So that's handy. And the next one we want to look at is the Canoe Menu. So let's go back one, search for Canoe, should come up I think. There it is, Canoe Menu. That must be compatible it doesn't say 328, but it actually works on here. So and that's installed, and as you can see, that's why I turned off the other extensions, because these extensions are on straight away, so they just don't get confused with this. It shouldn't be a problem anyway. I just like to do it that way. So now we have a menu and the traditional GNOME menu, or the Ubuntu apps menu. So we have both. So I'm hoping that when I do install Ubuntu for people, that when they are using this, they have got something very familiar to go to, which is this menu here with all the categories here, and then you got your places here as well. You can change that to apps. And then maybe they might be encouraged to also use this one, and then they might become more familiar with this one here and start using this one and not bother with this one. So it's more to do with slowly progressing people into a change, instead of just trying to force them to change, which they've got choice, which I think is what we all need, which is what we pretty much all have in Linux distros anyway. So that's just my thought process anyway. So now what we'll do is I just want to show off a few themes in here. Now there's one that I deleted before, which I done on purpose. Now if we go to Appearance, now there is the Afflatus. Let's just do that one. Now you'll probably find that this one here, it doesn't have transparency. And I think you'll find with most GNOME-shell themes, they will not have that. So what we're going to do is go to Home, .themes, and the Afflatus. Now we're running GNOME-shell. This is GNOME-shell. Anything that came from the top bar or is in this menu here is part of the GNOME-shell. So we go to GNOME-shell, we go to this GNOME-shell CSS, and what we do is we hit Control F to find, and we type in top bar, Now that's our first search. There's one of two. Arrow down to the second one, and there's our top bar there. So if you want to consider changing this back, you might want to copy and paste this into another text document for memory's sake. For me, I'm not too fussed. Or you can do what I did. You just keep the original download, which is here, and you can copy that back into your home.themes, which is here, and then you can right click and extract again after you've deleted that, and then that will be back to this. So that's another way of doing it. So we just highlight that there and type transparent. I think I typed that wrong. Oh no, I didn't. Transparent, save, close that. Now what we need to do is press Alt and F2, type the letter R for restart, then we press Enter. R is for restart, press Enter, and that'll restart the GNOME shell. Now you can see you got your transparency, and if you got full screen, it goes dark. So that's how you deal with the GNOME shell themes for transparency, if you want transparency anyway. That's just an option. So now we're going to have a look at the tweak tool again and have a look at some of the, well actually no, what we'll do is we'll open up a few tabs here, and I'll go to my notes. I must have closed my notes. Okay, so three clicks highlights the whole thing. I should have put that on the bottom so I can do the 3-click, shouldn't I? Actually, no, I can't 3-click that one either. Okay, so that's the Afflatus theme, which I've put in place. And if we have a look at the menu, you can see it's changed to that nice darkish type arcish color, which I quite like. Telenkran and Arangan, which is the, you have some variations in color there, orange and like a turquoise type greenish color, bluish greenish. The Pro Dark theme and the Orangini. I hope that's right. I'm not real good at pronouncing those things. So let's have a look at those. So what we'll do is we'll put our, we'll keep our window up here. Get rid of the hidden folders, open up our tweak tool, and let's have a look at some of these. So we've got the Afflatus theme. We also got the Arangan. There's the orange color, the orange variant. Orangini. And Pro Dark. They all look pretty good, these themes anyway, and Telenkran, the other variation there. So they look quite nice. So the other thing I have got is the Papyrus, Papyrus icons. with the Breeze actions. So it's got the Breeze actions and the Papyrus. So it's got the Breeze folders. So that's what I've chosen there. So if I take this back to, let's hide that for now, and we change that to Papyrus and the Breeze actions. Okay, we have an update. So now you'll see this one is a bit different, and I'll show you why that is different shortly. Okay, so that's the Papyrus. And you also got some of these as a shell theme, but I like the Afflatus best. That's the nicest one there. Now there is one more theme we're going to have a look at, and that is the community theme, which was going to be almost added as the default in Ubuntu 18.04, but it didn't quite make it. So what we're going to do there is copy and paste, enter, add this PPA, put in your password, press enter, and then we're going to do an update and install all in one. Okay, so that's installed. So let's have a look at that and see if that has installed. And let's have a look, and there we have our community theme. Where are we? Yep, the GTK community theme, which is that one there. And that also comes with the, a bit of a nuisance, that thing sometimes, the Siri icon set, which is that set there. So let's have a look at, that's the Siri icon, and let's just have a quick look at that. Slight difference in the squarish, it's more roundish squarish, that one, if that makes any sense. So I might actually stick with the, I don't know what's going on there. I only clicked that once and it seemed to have selected something before I chose it, like that. So Papyrus themes. So, okay, I'm going to stick with that for now. So now what we're going to look at is, now I'll explain why this icon here is different. When it comes to wallpapers, we're going to have a look at what wallpapers we've got. Now, let's have a look at the background. Now these are the default, comes with Ubuntu. And then you've got whatever's in your pictures folder. Now, what I like to do is, I've shown some of my previous videos, is before I was in the home folder and I was making a .wallpapers, but someone commented on my video, and I can't remember who that was now. It's better to just make a new folder in here, call it Wallpapers. Oh no, I spelled that wrong. Wallpapers, okay. And we put, so I've downloaded 2 wallpapers here. Now what we need to do is go to our home.config user dirs.dirs. Now what we do there is, that's pictures, we put a / and name that the same as the folder. if I can get it here, go to my pictures, wallpapers, so it's named exactly the same. And we save that. Now that folder there becomes the selection folder in the background. Not yet it won't be, because I think we need to restart. So that's still, that picture's the only one in my pictures folder, which is that one. We want to select what's in here. So that's what we've done, but we need to restart the shell for that to take effect. So let's do that. To Alt F2, press R and enter. It's restarting. Now let's have a look at the backgrounds. Pictures. Now we got the two pictures in the wallpapers folder. So that's my special wallpapers folder. But what that does when you do that is when you are in here, you'll see that that now has the icon. The icon is taken over from here. So this icon disappears from the folder there. So what I have to do is manually select it, but that was when I was on that icon set. So what I need to do now is to go to properties. Because I'm running the Breeze icons, if you don't want to worry about selecting your icons manually, just leave it as it is. It'll have no icon on there and you can just leave it. That's fine. You don't have to do that. So we go to there, computer, user, share, icons. Now I'm using the Breeze Dark. Let's have a look. Places. We'll go for 64 and we're looking for folder pictures, which is that one there. Let's open that. And there we have it. No, that's not the right thing, is it? Because it's probably in my home folder, I think. Let's have a look. Dot icons, maybe it's in here. Oh, Papyrus Breeze Dark. Okay, so what I need to do there is pictures, properties, go to home, dot icons, that one there, 48, places, look for pictures, folder, pictures, looking for blue, geez, a lot here. I can't find the blue one. Folder, it's probably the, oh yeah, it's that one there with no color on it. Okay, so open that. And that's it, that's got the same icon set. So that's the reason why that changes. So now what we can do is change the background, pictures, select. Now that's a Ubuntu background done by Karl Schneider. And this one here is a background that's done by Charlie Henson. So if we have a look at those two there, documents, let's have a look. that's the picture that I downloaded from, that'll be in the show notes, but also Karl Schneider. You can go to gallery here and you can search for Ubuntu or Arch or whichever one that you're running. Also, he's done a lot for Solus there, so done one for DistroTube. So the other website for Charlie, the standard website, is this one here. That's Charlie's website, and as you can see, there's a lot of wallpapers here to choose from. Very colourful and nice looking as well. Something that will go with any desktop environment really at the end of the day. So check out Charlie Henson and Karl Schneider. So that's my familiar configuration for Ubuntu to keep it familiar for new users coming over, or even current users that might like this configuration. Now you do have in here preferences for this menu here, or you can go to tweak, extensions, Canoe Menu, and that little cog there is also the same thing. And you can tweak a few things on here if you like. Just to show a couple, if you want to change that, instead of the places and all that, you can have apps. So which one is it? I've got an icon to display on shortcuts panel is places or favorites. The favorites are the ones that are also on this panel here, are showing there as well, but I prefer places. You can hide the categories panel, which is, I believe, these ones here. Let's have a look. Yep, they're gone now. Back again. You can change the icon sizes and all that. So there's a few little tweaks you can do there. You can change the name here. You just retype that name, whatever you want it. You can change the symbol. There is a symbol on there. So you could hide this one, which I believe you can do. Let's have a look. Disable activities, remove view button, remove apps button. Oh no. Remove menu button, sorry, that one there. So the menu buttons, oh no, that's the menu button. I believe that's probably on the dash to panel. Settings there. So you can do bottom and top, like I said, here. The running indicator position is this little blue dot here. So I've got long dots at the bottom that shows you the current focused desktop, and then the little dashes here are the unfocused. So you can put them on top. If you can see the little indicators now on top, I prefer them on the bottom. And the panel can be put top and bottom. Show favorite applications, they're the favorites. That's show applications icon, which is this one here, it's gone. So you can hide that there if you want. Here. All gone. Gone. If you just want that menu there. Okay, so I would probably prefer to leave it on to start with. There's a few little tweaks in here you can do. That's just a matter of playing around with, but that's just a few things I can show you without making the video too long. So just thought I'd cut this piece into the video. One thing I did miss out was on the extensions, on the dash to panel, we have the show desktop button, which is this one here. So bottom right hand corner, show desktop, so you can make that a lot thicker. If you see that getting thicker there, it's really thick, or you can make it thinner, and that will show desktop. Just click on that, it shows you desktop. So I just thought that was worthwhile adding into the video. That is my Ubuntu 18.04 Beta 2 familiar desktop configuration setup. Hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.